Can Jake tell you this?
Shalom, shalom.
Yeah. Shalom.
Shalom. Who's up now? Who's like the more business there? I'm going to saw horses on the store citations hanging like this route is sincerity and the truth. I have few members that I'm not sure that camp, yeah, you know, we are wanted to do this route. In what time it is? In that time, we almost home. Alright, so again, because of the current situation where they're putting on them restrictions, and a matter of fact, they got a scare going around. Really, a scare is like the rumor that they're going to have a second lockdown, which is the second wave basically in the country. Right? They're supposed to have a second lockdown by this weekend. There are some good inside sources, so we'll see how it goes. So we had to break it up and do that, get it in and how we can get it in.
What about the family say? Because you know say that you're going to have a second, might have a second lockdown. What's still baffling me is where this mysterious COVID case comes from. And for it to reach to this point,
In such a short
space of time.
And
Under quarantine, borders locked down. And don't blame it on the Venezuelans, because Venezuelans was coming in the country from March all the way up to April. So it's either shit he saw and these politicians, or it really has some iron. But I will appreciate that these are Book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
propaganda machine is one of the devices. You saw creating television, enough propaganda. You know, they own the Jews, they own what? All them broadcasting stations. You know, I saw a video today concerning who's the fella? I forget his name, Blake or something. Whoever got shot there, he's Jacob Blake. Yes, sir. Jacob. You know, father 12 charge and Blake. He got shot 7 times in his back. I saw a video where Jake put it up for you. He say, why you keep on letting the media control your emotions? Understand? And then he point out that when you from a different angle, from the next angle, you see that Jacob Blake was fighting with the police. And if you're fighting with the police, he break it down, you know, he broke it down. So if you're fighting with the police, then you get up and you walk away, right? And you walk to your vehicle. What do you think they're going to think? You're going for a weapon, you know? So, I mean, it was excessive force. It was 6 shots in excess. You understand? It was 6 shots in excess, you know? In the back. You know, that's why we're doing excessive force. But, say what? The scripture says, agree with thy adversary quickly. You know, and there's 3 sides to a story. Your side, my side, and the truth. You understand? But the simps, that's why this is our Proverbs. The Proverbs 1 and how long will the simple ones be simple? Actually, you could just read Proverbs chapter 1, start at 1. Start at 2. No, start at 1. Proverbs 1 verse 1.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 1 verse 1. And it says, the proverb of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction.
To know wisdom and instruction. Right? We have the instructions. The Lord says, hey, Solomon himself said, well, get wisdom with all I get and get understanding, right? And then we get instructions. Right? You get that understanding through what experience. As one, as you journey in the street, you gain experience. You should so say a man that traveled, he had much experience. You understand? You get experience, he was often in danger or in peril of life. A death side. You understand? I'm trying to see if I can find that one. Right? But to get wisdom, to know wisdom and to get instruction. So we get the instruction. Agree with that adversary quickly. Accept that what he can. He put it before the judge and the judge put it before the no?
Yes.
Go on.
Go on. Finishing out in verse 2, Proverbs 1 and verse 2. To know wisdom and understanding and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding.
To perceive the words of understanding. Right? To have cognition, to what? To be made to know. Right? To perceive, to see. Right? For want of a better word, to see. Right? To perceive. Right? These, hey, Esau don't get one ask about you. About the scripture, as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. You know? It's there, it's underneath. When some start to rust, they're going to rust it. Unless you put that rust in, you've got to put a total dead stop there. You know, it's going to continue, and start to rust till the whole thing works out. You know? Worse and worse. That's how that is the nature of Esau. The scripture says what? Two nations are in thy bowels, two manner of people. She said, if it be so, why am I thus? You know, she was pregnant and the two was wrestling in her womb. Good versus evil is a immortal, is an everlasting battle. Good against evil. Right? In the end, good is going to win. Righteousness is going to win. Right? But for now, it's playing off as that battle. You know? You still don't love Jake. Really, the mites don't have love for Jake. Really, the mites don't sympathize with Jake. And that's the thing. You know, you all see the mites coming and let's say them either mites or either might look at people that come and kiss the feet of the prophets and all that on the streets. They might be Jake.
That you think?
Yeah. Because that is spread behind them. Right? Because
shall be Monday, or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest. Matthew says, agree with thy adversary quickly, wise thou art in the way with him. That's like anytime the adversary delivered it to the judge, and the judge delivered it to the officer, and thou cast into prison.
Then they'll be cast into prison. Right? And my fact, prison would have been better than getting shot in the back 7 times. Now he's supposed to be paralyzed. You understand? But you could avoid all that by agreeing with that. You know much times you brothers comment around contact with the officers the other day, all brothers was doing a video. Huh?
Yesterday I ain't gone back to the police. Yeah? And the upper man was in the car. They come for me, they come for him. But if I did get like, officer, what are you doing on for, right? And I end up in the whole thing because they're roughing me up. You understand? I fell off from work. Yeah. They're roughing me up, they take him, they carry me, lock him up. And I go on my way, I just paint off school and I get to say, well, you go anyway. Yeah?
This is Sirach chapter 34 verse 9. It says a man that had traveled knoweth many things, and he that had much experience will declare wisdom. You see? So we travel into the journey of this truth. You understand? So we gaining experience and we also having what? Wisdom. Right? Now we can tell brothers, agree with thy adversary quickly. Our adversary is one that stand up in opposition to your part, to the truth, to the righteousness of the Abashim al-Shad. Hey, Shalom. The Abashim al-Shad, Bashim al-Shad. Right? The adversary to Yahweh, Bashim al-Shad is who? Satan. Sorry, it's Esau, who is the host of Satan on the side. You understand? He stand up in opposition to everything that we're doing, which is what being righteousness. That's why, actually, right now, what the Prime Minister said is what? He he's going to put it into law that you don't have what, a religious congregation. What he thinks that he attacked on first was on Zoom, online. That is what they suggested as a recommendation. But here what I'm telling you, that goes to show the hypocrisy. These devils telling you trust in them and don't trust in your power, don't trust in your God. They have the cure. Your God don't have the cure. They have the solution. These devils don't believe in a higher power. You know? And if they stop and if the natural thinking, if the reasonable thinking man would stop and think, they will see that, yo, these people don't believe in God. And that's what the scripture says in 2 Ezra, I think it's 7. You know, it says what? The Most High is not at all in their thoughts. You know? You could bring my public.
These Proverbs chapter 1
from
verse 2. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding. Verse 3. To receive the instruction of wisdom.
They receive the instruction of wisdom. So these words is instructions of wisdom. Right? The scripture is 2 Timothy 3 and 16 say what? All scripture is given for instruction, for reproof and correction, so that a man of the Most High shall be thoroughly furnished. You understand? So to receive what? Instructions. These instructions will make you what? Thoroughly furnished. Right? Right?
To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity.
Balance. You know? There's a balance in this truth. It can't be too hot, it can't be too cold, it can't be lukewarm. If it's too hot, you go overboard. You know, you'll seek your own justice, you'll seek your own vengeance. But the scripture says, vengeance belongeth unto Yahweh. And what the Lord said, he said, wait until I rise up against the prey. Alright? And there's a clue right there. The Lord called them a prey. Because you have what? Predator and prey. They are the ones that oppressing us. We right now are the prey, but the Lord speaking in a different tone. He said, wait on me until I rise up against the prey. Right? So the Lord going to take me so out.
Right.
You know? The Lord tell them what it is one time, what is prey. Yeah. You understand? All again on with George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, Jacob Blake. The list will go on and on until Yahweh shall come. That's what the Lord said. Until he had to come, else no flesh will be left to slave, because these fuckers don't care about nobody. Right? They're upsetting China. They will war with these. They're going to war with these different nations. Syria, Russia. They had an article I was reading. The US is illegally in Syria, right? I want to tell the legal Russians who in Syria what to do. So the Russians was coming on apart, and the Americans try to blockade them, try to block them in the road, right? See, and you don't know the Russians just run straight through that. They run through them, they drive through them, right? And they try to bring up they're trying to say something about the Russians. Or that they now they damage the soldiers they receive trauma and concussion. So they're something weak. Understand? The Russians just run through here, they just butt around and run through. You understand? So the Russians say, yo, we here legally or they here illegally. The Syrians don't want you in the place. You understand? But the truth was why our country already lost that then. When the Lord already tell you in Isaiah, as well become as weak as we, these other nations letting you know that they have, and Russia on top of America with nuclear armament. You understand? So this place done. Hey, it's curtain call right now. Yeah, go on. Now let me just get this real quick. This one. 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that a man of God be perfect and thoroughly furnished unto all good works. You see? So we have our, let's say, give us our wisdom to be perfect. The word perfect goes back into the word, it goes back into me then being complete. So we complete, you know, we satisfied that this is it. You know, the Lord, whatever judgment come upon us, it's our purification. Right? And to our righteousness in the end. Right? We're going to go to our crown in victory. Right? Whatever come upon us as the men of the Lord, the saints, whatever come upon these 2/3 is the reward for the wickedness. But the Lord said He's going to reward unto every man what he had done, good or evil.
That's
right? So if we're doing these things of righteousness, we're gonna if we sow in righteousness, we're gonna reap the reward of righteousness. If we sow in wickedness, discord, you know, what?
This is on the book of Galatians 6:8 says, "For he that soweth to his flesh, for he that soweth to his flesh shall of his flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting."
This is what we're looking for, life everlasting. Because what? Go down, and I want you to skip to sowing of the flesh. What are you going to reap? Or the fruits of the Spirit. Sorry, the fruits of the Spirit. Like Galatians 6 or 5? Like 5. Yeah,
Galatians 5 and verse. From 14 it says, "For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. But if you bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would."
So you see, if it was reading this, if it was in the Spirit, if it was in the Scriptures, because the word is the Spirit, and the Spirit is light. The Spirit is the light of men. The light is the life of men, right? If it was in this, you understand the church sign, it's totally valid, right? Look at Malone, you understand that the church sign is totally valid, because amongst the brotherhood, amongst Israel, that is what we have. That is what we have. We are friends. We are gentle. We are meek. We are all those fruits of the Spirit that the brother just read. That is what we have amongst ourselves, remotely. Even in close quarters, because we visit each other. You know, we have that amongst ourselves. You're saying that it's not, but guess what? It's evident. It's evidential that it is. Because we come together in what? Unity. Psalms 133. Right? How beautiful it is for the brethren to dwell together in unity. What is unity? The unity of the understanding of the word. That we was once at enmity with what? We as in the Southern Kingdom was once in enmity with the Northern Kingdom. The so-called Latinos, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Cubans, you know. We was at enmity with them, and now he's one. You understand? We all were given into idol worship, but even more so Ephraim. But guess what? Now we put aside all that shit, all that wickedness, abomination, and we turn to our power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And as one unit, we serve Him in what? Spirit and in truth.
That's right.
No other movement, Christianity was there for ages, and it never happened. Water baptism was there for ages, and it never happened. They went in as a wicked fuck, they come out as a wet wicked fuck. You understand? You can't deny it. Because spiritually, the things that happen in the vibration. Hey, at this stage, Vuka Malone, you're grabbing at straws. You're desperate. You're desperate for justification. And it's not going to come. Yeah?
Come on.
That's what I say. I was listening to Vuka Malone for a little second day with some guy from in some other country. And the main conversation that they just be carrying on. For somebody to sit down and listen to these guys, they really have to be of the flesh. They really have to be of the flesh, because spiritual things is foolishness unto them of the flesh. So for them to sit down and listen to these men, the countenance, the words coming out of their mouth, everything is for a laugh and for a joke.
A giggle.
Yeah. The men are the most side, the scripture say, well, righteous man scarcely smile. These serious times we live in. If there was true righteous men, they would not have been on that type of folly and games and laughter. these serious times we're going into. Nothing wrong with making them laugh, because the apostles and them doesn't call it laugh. But the whole aura is about folly, you know? And if a man can see that, well, then hey, you really.
It's pure jesting. And the scripture say you're going to do that. The scripture said in the last days, men shall be what? Mockers and scoffers. So, hey, it's all good because you always fulfill your law. You so understand it. You fulfilling your law so that the prophets fulfill theirs. Understand? We fulfilling ours. Right? You've been left out in the outer courts. You know? We need in a sanctum. The Lord gave us the cipher. He gave us the code. He then gave you. You know? So we vex. We dealing with the whole situation with a stance of understanding. Now we don't even have to because all the edification is already out there. It's already out there. The plain to see you. Boys walk up recommendation for my cops shooting so-called Negroes and blacks in the street. What's your solution? What's your recommendation? Spiritually, to the book. Let's be honest, to the book. What's your spiritual recommendation and solution? To the book. To the Bible. None. So what's your purpose?
About the social life. Like all leaders. Yeah, alright. You live a life for don't you? One find something on your girl and deal with a woman and you fuck you as a man. You like boys, you're into men. You don't flex on that side on this side. In this side. You don't flex on that side. You me harassing man, so like one day actually find a girl and do something with your life like.
If we so much of bums and we see so much of unrighteous men. Where scripture say have no dealings with unrighteous men?
Yeah.
Why?
You see, they say if you don't receive, that's the soul of your feet.
I take the words off my mouth.
This is Ezekiel chapter 13 verse 5. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand up in battle in the day of the Lord. I don't know if you can look it up from the Babakosha. Ezekiel 13 verse 5. Just look it up and find out the word hedge if you have internet. Yeah. Because I'll let it come up.
Ezekiel 13 and 5.
Yeah.
Hedge. Hedge come from 1447. Strong's H 1447. It means fence or wall.
Fence or wall. Why? I mean, it's not gonna be in depth in the my sword.
Can you do that?
Yeah, if it could. Yeah. Because that hedge is our protection as the angels encamping around them that fear Yahweh Shemi Shai. And that can only happen because you fear Yahweh Shemi Shai. They that fear me will what? Keep my commandments. The fear of the Most High is what? The beginning of wisdom. So the Lord is going to send them angels to encamp around here. You understand? We fear Yahweh Shemi Shai, so we out here risking life and limb to serve Him. You understand? Yahweh Shemi Shai, Bashim Kakodash Rakata.
Yeah, come from the Hebrew. Gadar, Strong's H 1447. It means fence wall.
Fence wall. How about the root word?
The root word from Strong's H 1443. To wall up.
To wall up.
Wall off, close off, build the wall. To wall up, shut off, masons. Repairer, close up, fenced up, hedged, enclosed. The wall, make up the wall, hedge, enclosed, mason, repairer. To surround with a fence, a wall.
And that's what we have. The Lord hedge around us. Right? Because what? We serving Him and we keeping His commandments as best of our abilities. Right? And we're doing His will. So we protect it. Right? This is Isaiah 56 and 10. His watchmen are blind, they are all ignorant, they are all dumb dogs. They back, sleeping lying down, love is to slumber. Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. They are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarter. Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine and will fill ourselves, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, as much and much more abundant. Right? That's how many Christian churches, you know, because they're not looking forward to the end of days. They're not looking forward to the return of who the world is going to call Christ, which is Yahweh Shai. They're not looking forward to what? To come out of the hand of the oppressor. The scripture says, by reason of the oppressor, that's what? Job 35:9. By reason of the oppressor, the oppressed cry out. So who crying out? The saints and the Most High crying out. Who the Lord said what cry out? The saints and the Most High will cry out. Ezekiel 9:4. Go into the midst of the city, in the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the men that sigh and cry for all abominations that be done thereof. Spiritually, it's plain to see. What vocabulary them fighting against? All you fighting against the Most High, but all your hands too short to box against the Abashim Yoshai. This movement here, they don't seal, boy. And the whole thing is the Lord don't seal his elect. The Lord tell you that the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophet. We can't do nothing else but prophesy.
That's right.
When we try out, they have a problem. But we expect all these years of oppression after oppression. After oppression, it's only natural for me to say something. So that's why we just sit down and just take it.
Nah, we're good. We're just supposed to sit down and eat bad oatmeal and say, yummy.
Yummy, yeah. Just sit down, take it. Or let's just live it up and we gotta watch all it.
Yeah.
Come on, like, you just cry or you say, oh God, and then on top of that, we are spiritual people. Within we spirit, we know we have our God in heaven that as we love our week. Whenever we're in trouble, we know that we're telling you from this morning, right now.
Just unreal. How did Job here we agree? Job 35:9. By reason of the multitude of oppressions, they make the oppressed to cry. They cry out by reason of the arm of the mighty.
Yeah, no, he's not the arm of the mighty. Who's the mighty man? He's son of them. You know? He's the man that oppression us. Give me Psalms 106 and start at verse 4. Start at verse 3. Right? You read it. No, 20. Psalms 106 and start at verse 3.
This is the book of Psalms chapter 106 verse 3, and it says, blessed are they that keep judgment, and he that doeth righteousness at all times.
Yeah, he that doeth righteousness at all times. Yeah, they're going to be blessed. Right? Go ahead. For us.
Verse 4, remember me, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yoshai, with the favor that thou bearest unto thy people. O visit me with thy salvation. Read on.
Go ahead.
Verse 5, that I may see the good of thy chosen, that I may rejoice in the gladness of thy nation.
And there's a nation being rebuilt. There's the house, starting with the house of David. Right, go ahead.
That I may glory with thine inheritance.
Who's the inheritance? The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. Right? Is Jacob Malone don't want us to get this? No. Nah. You want the Edomites to reign and the Jesuits and them to be right. But they're not right.
They're not right.
These Jewish people, they're not right. They are liars, they are thieves. Right? They stole our heritage. Right? They stole time. The scripture says what they seek to change times and seasons. Right? Yeah, that's what they do. You know? Go ahead.
Reading on in verse 6. We have sinned with our fathers. We have committed iniquity. We have done wickedly.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. Our fathers understood not thy wonders in Egypt. They remembered not the multitude of thy mercies, but provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea.
Go ahead.
Verse 8.
Yeah, because two-thirds wicked as hell. The Lord just sent plagues upon Egypt. Right? He sent the what? He put the chariot between the camp of the Israelites and the camp of the Egyptians. There was a pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day. You understand? He parted the Red Sea. All this thing the Lord do for Israel, and Israel what? They cry for the leeks, the garlics, right? The melons, the meat. And the Lord bring me here to dead to starve. You understand? They call for what else they call? They call for the calves, the bull and calf, the gods of worship out of Egypt. You understand? All these different things. The scripture said, in the last days, men shall be what? Unthankful. Ungrateful and unthankful. Because what is the same way the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophets. The believers, the one third, right? They were back then. When they heard, they was converted, right? It's the same way the wicked spirits that was there, they come back too. They was ungrateful and they was unthankful. That's why the planet is so populated, because these are spirits that come back here for judgment. And the elect here, because their words are going to make them, their words and obedience are going to make them shine as stars in heaven when the prophecies be culminated, fulfilled, right? Because what they're saying is going to be true. Because they spoke in the power of Yahweh outside. You understand? When folk come alone and they come, they're not coming in the spirit of Yahweh outside. They come in the spirit of Christian theology, which is lies set up from since what? Since whenever. You know? They're the white man, they're the pure man. They're not pure. They're the devil that the Bible speaks of.
All the study we do is just to make sure we understand.
Yeah. Psalms 106 continuing in verse 8. It says, nevertheless, he saved them for his name's sake, that he might make his mighty power to be known. Verse 9. He rebuked the Red Sea also.
And I said, he saved them for his name's sake, because he put his word above his name. Right? He said he's going to save Israel. Every time he saves us. And he said these last days he's going to deliver us. He's going to deliver us. He said he's going to deliver us. He said as birds flying, he's going to deliver. I was in with deliver, he's going to what? Defend Israel. He's going to defend the remnant. He's going to defend Yasser Allah, the princes of the powers, the ones that wrestle. They're wrestling. Hey, this truth is our wrestle. We fighting. We fighting against principalities and powers, demons, rulers of the people. Hey, Vocab was set up. He was. Hey, no man can be. What he say? He say he's a truck driver. He going from state to state, visiting, as I say, checking man, visiting man, right? Offering to buy them lunch and dinner after they argue. Come on.
Fish inside there.
Man, you flex like a fuck out here. Go ahead.
I read on, and it says that he might make his mighty power to be known. Verse 9. No. Verse 9, I read it over. He rebuked the Red Sea also, and it was dried up. So he led them through the depths, as though
as through the wilderness.
Verse 10. And he saved them from the hand of him that hated them, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. Verse 11. And it says, and the waters covered their enemies, there was not one of them left.
There was not one of them left. Right? Spiritually, the waters don't already cover Esau. Waters that we speak, right? But physically it's going to come in the form of fire by the chariots, by the missiles, the hands of the angels, and the elect and Yahushai. Well,
reading on in verse 12. Then believed they his words, they sang his praises. Verse 13. They soon forgot his works, they waited not for his counsel, but lusted exceedingly in the wilderness, and tempted Yahweh power in the desert. And he gave them their requests, but sent leanness into their soul. Verse 16. They envied Moses also in the camp, and Aaron, the saint of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yoshai.
Right, so amongst like the Israelite camp, you know, you have like the IUIC, you have GOCC, you have ISUPK. They envy apostles. The spirit of envy and jealousy is there because the Most High set them up. They are the apostles that the Most High say, hey, he sent forth last. They are the true teachers, they are the prophets. The apostles are great millstone. You understand?
That's right.
It's just envy. It's the same spirits are coming back again. Coming back here. It's either you repent or you get judged. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 17. The earth opened and swallowed up Dathan and covered the company of Abiram. Verse 18. And a fire was kindled in their company. The flame burned up the wicked. Verse 19. They made a calf in Horeb and worshipped the molten image. Verse 20. Thus they changed their glory into the similitude of an ox that eateth grass.
Right. They changed their glory. Who's our glory? As a nation, our glory is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Right? In Deuteronomy chapter 4, it says, what nation had brought so nigh unto them? You understand? And if you bring it up Deuteronomy 4, it's at verse 6. You understand? This is what we change. The scripture in Jeremiah says, what had a nation changed their God? You know? They changed their God for the similitude of an ox and a calf. Our power, the one true living power, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. What up?
That's why you know what I'm talking about in this thing.
That's why they don't have a head. That's why they're being destroyed. You're gonna read it.
Jeremy 4:7 from 6 or so?
Yeah.
Jeremy 4:6 says, keep therefore as Buddha, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who hath the Most High so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I said before you this day? Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them to thy sons and thy sons' sons.
These laws, statutes, and commandments is what kept that hedge around us, kept that angel protecting us. Right? But guess what? Israel forget it. And look at the example we need to feel right now. We need to feel, we bring in the day of atonement and go, why Israel being out there? Israel getting physical. Not saying that exercise. When you say bodily exercise profited little. But alongside with the bodily exercise is the spiritual exercise. Because you kept to talk about the house that decayed. Right? Yeah. Hey, guess what? If they don't feel the spirit, they're going to decay the same way. Of course. Right?
Of course.
The Most High is not at all in their thoughts.
Of course.
You understand?
Sure. Sure. Nobody have to feel like that. They more focus on the spirit. And you just see a freaking glow on the face.
Can't.
I tell you, you just see it on the face that, hey, these men different from yes and no. That men who give the whole life unto somebody. Vanity.
Pride.
What?
Riches.
That somebody will probably really good with a whole jig. I know it is you. Well, chisel out and cut out.
With a red beard?
A red beard.
Yeah. He's like 57 or something like that.
Right. But he give like he look like he give you whole life into that, but he don't have
that glow.
That glow. You understand that glow? Because he was just feeding his flesh. Them men them feed the spirit more. look more wise and more righteous.
Yeah, because that comes from within. It comes from within. Yeah, see, you have to feed the inner man, not the outer. You understand? That's what the scripture says. It's not what goes into a man defile him, but what come out. It's what he heart take in. That's what the scripture says. The eyes is the window to the soul. So what? Blessed is the seed that need it.
Yeah.
You understand? Blessed is the seed that need it. It's spiritual. So you're telling me now that the Lord said, hey, blessed is the seed that need it. And the Lord said that he that sup with me, I will feed him, I will see that now, open the door, I will sit and I will sup with him, and he will build you up. And when you go into these precepts and you go into the understanding of the words, the Lord saying that him was his seed. I will give you the strength to endure because I'm going to give you understanding. And while you're doing all that, when you go into the precepts, you realize that he's building up that hedge again. Here comes Vocab Malone. Nah, you third type sign wrong. You know, you want to trust in Area? You want to trust in Area? So what about the year 2000? Vocab Malone, you are imp. You are imp on the left hand side. You are left hand side imp.
Same argument.
Hey, Shalom, ya Bashim, ya Shai Bashim, Kakodash, back, thumb to the left.
Shalom.
Fight, brothers, fight.
Done.
Barak, they have a tone, man.
Done. Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 1 it says, now when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity builded a temple unto Yahweh, power of Israel, then they came to Zerubbabel and to the chief of the fathers and said unto them, let us build with you, for we seek your God as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Ashur, which brought us up hither. But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our God, but we ourselves together will build unto Yahweh the power of Israel, as King Cyrus the king of Persia commanded us. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in building.
Yes, so they're trying to trouble us in building right now. You know, the Jewish people across there in Israel, they trying to establish the apostle. Tahar said that he spoke to a Jew within the week he did a video, and he transported a Jew, and the Jew was talking about two different types of Jews, and those Jews that are across there building the third temple, and those Jews that don't believe that the Messiah came, and they're waiting on the Messiah to come. But that goes what is Amos 5. One to you that desire the Lord. You understand? So you waiting on the Messiah, but what end is it to you? Yeah. The Messiah not coming for you. Yeah, okay, but the Messiah not coming for you. Have them I can't remember what is it, Hasidic or I can't remember these Jews, you know. But they have a portion of them that believe that he has come and they building into a temple, and there's a portion that here or outside of the land and waiting for the Messiah to come to deliver them. Go ahead.
Right. This is book of Amos 5 and 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
To what end is it for you? It's not going to be glory. You are the fault. You know, it come like I spoke about it in a previous video. I spoke to a brother that I grew up with, Jake and I grew up with. And he and both of us were Christian Catholics at that point in time, and it didn't make sense of it. And he left and he went and became a Muslim. Right? The Most High pulled me out of that and brought me to the knowledge that I'm a Hebrew Israelite. And we sat down, and you know, he had his Quran in the back seat of his car, you know, all honorable looking, and probably I think it was in a stand or whatever, was in the back seat of his car looking real, you know. I think it had some kind of lace thing below, and you know. Yeah, adorn the Quran.
Yeah.
You know? And when I started to use them to the spirit, simple questions you can answer. What is the meaning of Quran? You know, simple questions. Who was Muhammad, where he was from, what race he was, what was the original? Simple questions you can answer. And when I started to use the lineage and whatnot, well, he called for backup. And by the time we say I spend that hour, we back up, so you will call him back. By the time we finish the hour, then he back up, call him back, he said, nah boy. Nah, I will talk to you next time. Don't worry about it. You understand? Yeah. He never come, but he come back again. Right? But he wasn't able to the scripture said the Lord is going to give us a mouth where adversary can neither gainsay nor resist. But
no.
Wait. Let the precept speak.
Book Luke.
All praise on our
chapter 21 and verse 15. It says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist."
Yeah, they can't gainsay nor resist because what we say is the truth, Isaiah 8 and 20. If they speak according to this word, it's because if they speak not according to this word, it's because there's no light in them. Right? But what is his name who died the other day, boy? The great evangelist, boy. Oh gosh, forget his name. Something Graham. Billy Graham, yeah. You know, a great televangelist. All of them, they use any words, right? But guess what? They have no understanding. So going back to Amos 5 and 18.
Back in Amos 5 verse 18. Yeah, it says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light."
Why about some of the Muslims? Because the Muslims, the second time or the third time we meet, he was like, but you have to remember that Ishmael was the first son and the inheritance was the first son. Yeah, but Ishmael was not the seed that he promised. And that's what you all need to understand. Esau was the first son, but Esau forfeited his birthright, which was all spiritually divine. For the Lord, the potter is in control of the clay, boy. You see? The Lord make the rules, but he can break them. Right? Because the Most High didn't have intent to give it to the wicked. Esau is wicked. If not, where and who is he? Oppression after oppression after oppression. Fire on top, fire below. Sanctions. And what what's the next thing? Like they put sanctions on nations to trade. And that's the whole thing. Next thing. Esau, because the scripture says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Where and who is he? Job 9:24. If not, where and who is he? How Esau do up the world? Esau set up the world in a way that nations trade amongst one another. And each nation will make the different GDP. They have the gross domestic product and they will put it on the market to trade. That's why you have the stock exchange. And that's why the stock exchange is so important. Because it's what you're putting up. You understand? It's different stocks. You know? Different things you're putting up to trade. You know? But Esau shutting shit down. Esau this whole thing is, this whole COVID and everything is just a big ass game. You can get the COVID if you're 6 feet. If you're taller, people can get the COVID. If you're fat, you can get the COVID.
This fucking shit, man.
No, Esau, these, and you know, like when they play back, in your mind, when they play back mentally, that meeting with Aaron Russo and his name yeah. But no, well actually when they play back Alex Jones and Aaron Russo. When they play back Aaron Russo was saying that he was saying, why are you doing that to the people? He said, well, you care about the people. What you care about the people for? You just get yours. What you care about the people? You understand? And you can see that this is the mentality of Edomites. Yep. They don't care, and they just making up. It's like they catching their Jones, you know? They catching their Jones.
Game.
It's a game. And they do many movies about that kind of thing. Yeah. They're catching the kicks. They're placing their bets.
Michael Jackson sing dinosaur.
They don't really care about us. He called Tommy Matula, which is like Michael Devil. You understand? You know? They don't care. They don't care. Yeah, that piece of
These Romans 9. We were saying just now in Romans 9 and 14. What shall we say then? What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid. And unrighteousness with the Heavenly Father. And that is a bridge that Peter is rich. Because when they see the harsh kind of judgments, or how the Most High can rip them from the little comfort zone and then present them with a bridge of what? Serve me and be a little uncomfortable, or go serve me and enjoy comfort like Moses was faced with the same decision, but he understood it. And when them get failed, when the Most High put them in the same now, God can never do that. God can never wait to take away my mommy. How God can take my grandmother, how God can kill my son, how he could allow my daughter to get raped. And all the different scenarios and them all over the world, and when they reach that, they say, nah, I don't want to hear that. God can never say that. That God is not the God.
Scripture says, and the preacher and he's a stumbling block. Yahweh is a stumbling block, not Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is not a stumbling block. Yahweh is a stumbling block. To understand that the creator of heaven and earth, right? He hates wicked. He says he's angry with the wicked every day, and he's going to bring judgment upon the wicked. He said, my right hand shall not spare the sinners. Hey, Yahweh was the destroyer in Egypt, that destroyed the firstborn and everything in Egypt, that didn't have the blood of the lamb over it.
Yeah.
You understand? That's who Yahweh was. He's a power of judgment. He said, 1 Samuel 2 verse 6. Verse 3, so that here. 1 Samuel 2 verse 3. Alright?
If you go back 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 3.
And then I don't know if you know that piece of the Lord dwelleth, but none other than him that dwelleth with wisdom. That's something that I'm talking. He dwelleth with none other than him that dwelleth with wisdom.
Read on.
Yeah, go ahead.
1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 3. Talk no more exceedingly proud. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. For the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai is a power of knowledge.
He's a power of knowledge. You know? So he's going into that earlier on, you know, get wisdom without I get understanding. Right? Right.
And by him actions are weighed.
Yeah, what's the action? Judgment. Right? If the day is gonna come where you can't say, I didn't know. But the Lord say, you have no cloak for your maliciousness. Because what? You mock the messengers. You scoff at the prophets. You know? The lessons out there. The lessons out there. Everything out there. You know? But what? But they refuse to happen. And people are foolish. They have not John Mark 1:22. You know? Yeah, really? Right.
So Solomon chapter 7 and 28 says, for the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
Yeah, the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. What the prophets represent, the wisdom, the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Remember Romans 11 verse 34.
This book of Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 22. And it says, for my people are foolish. They have not knowledge. They have not knowledge. Not known me, so that they have not known me. They are sottish children.
They are stupid children. But when you look it up, look how the word sottish is stupid, right? They are stupid children, right? But it's stupid because what? How long will these simple ones be simple? Wisdom cried out without. They cried in the chief place of concourse. Look, we risking our lives, as Elder Malcolm others always say. He says are risking their lives to do so. I mean, the police pass just now, they're in mouth, but we continue. Pay them no mind, but we in the spirit.
Father, let's just switch the mind just so.
Yeah. Okay, focus elsewhere. Don't study that.
Don't study.
Focus elsewhere. You understand? Touch that man to do my purpose no harm. All the day to encounter us will come. It will be all the day to encounter us. It wouldn't be us encountering you. The Lord will raise up a standard. Understand it? We spiritually are that. We are that threat. The scripture said, the mighty men will weep bitterly. What make you all mighty? Because the Lord gave you all authority. Right? You all don't have power, you all can kill. Right? Like Jacob Blake, you aim to kill, 7 in the back. You understand? Cowardice, 7 in the back. Even if he was wrestling with all that. There was how much cups? There was 2 cups I see. Right? I saw I glimpsed the extra footage. They're seeing that he was wrestling with them on the side and he come around. Right? I don't know if you know them SWAT cars just pull up quick. You understand? It was 2 against 1. And both of them have firearms. Right? One pull his hands on, next one hit him 7 in the back. Cowardice. The scripture said what? 2 nations in thy womb. 2 manner of people, and one shall be stronger than the other. You understand? Imagine when the Lord rises up his elect, he say what? 1 shall what chase 1,000, and 2 shall put 10,000 to flight. Come on. Hey, hey, iron sharpened iron. You are energy bouncing off of mine. You fucking you all up. You understand? Esau, Edom, your overseers. All I got this time will come to Israel. These heathens. You know? Abraham says that we have the elect. It's gonna come. They're gonna come. But for now, touch that man and take my pockets.
Them overseers they like to exhort the fucking self.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you see what I do, man, today. They grab him behind the neck, so Bye, daddy, man.
Is that cat or?
Nah, I fell from the forest.
Oh.
Yeah. Like the boss man set him up because the boss man tell me, leave work in just so. Because he has a customer in my car. So the boss man said, leave. Boss man saying, well, I'm 3 hours to go and open bank account. Because we had to do that.
Yeah.
But it's really a setup for the police was right there waiting on this one.
Yeah.
He was in the front seat. So that from there I pull out, police come and block me.
Yeah.
By and they take him out by. And the fucking, I know the police on him. They take him out and they squeeze behind the neck so
yeah.
And I haven't got no quite
yeah.
I said, yeah,
Jake, eh?
Jake, yeah. Trying to show off on your own brother, right? Then when he know me, when he see how I watch him, so when he doing that, he come and he say, hey, don't watch that show, you know. Because he's a sick man, he threatening a girl to kill she and she child. That's why we roughing him up, so. You understand? He's a sick man, he threatening a girl. So that's why he had to get that. Because you see I watch him like, what kind of movements that way? Really man now for it.
Let's say that he got to get to that while to get to that possession.
But I know he wife.
There's
something I see fucking man down. I know he get. I can understand it. But he woman, he like the girl and he just can't get the girl and.
Alright, well, whoever perish should be innocent.
Yeah. But the light, the sort of rough him up on the car. What's your name, Mike? Thing, I hear sit down by in the car. I asked the police, I said, all of that call for, right? He roughing up the man, so. He said, yeah, and he lying to the police. He said, then after they take him from my car, they carry him by the jeep and they fucking squeeze him neck behind the neck there somewhere. I see fucking going down. You see the jeep?
Yeah.
You see it. You see your stick, man. You fucking squeeze the body like him on that bike. Hey. Well, fuck up to him. But they will get up. They will get up coming to them.
Pause that we are not a terror unto good works.
Done.
Reading on back in Jeremiah chapter 4 and 22. For my people are foolish. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Good, they have no knowledge. Conversation. I was there by that time. I know where it comes from. Yeah. Japan movies. So, anyway. Yeah, so, you know, you have these people who are so-called getting COVID-19 right now. Prayer warriors up in the church. And now they take them down. Boom! They get COVID-19. You know, the boss have to come with them in the white suit, the people in the white suits, men in white. But well, Jesus the same all the time. I thought they was praying same all the time. Yeah. Where all them prayers, where all them healing, where all miracle ministry. You understand? All the whites to do evil and not to do good. Because
like I once said, like, one of them used to say they used to go to Egypt. When he Red Busy Dead Sea or something and bring back some water. And when you anoint it with that water, you used to get healed.
You understand? So why do you have anyway, the Lord said it deceive and deceive our mind.
Is Jesus being confounded right now by COVID?
Oh my God. How much of them African Christian pastors run across the run into COVID and then up on their back 6 feet under?
Yeah, boy.
You understand? Yeah. Kalala bashing outside.
The man say he go in Egypt in the Dead Sea and take water. When he come back, you have to pay.
Dead Sea, eh?
Yeah. You have to pay.
That is the Dead Sea, eh? The Dead Sea, eh?
I know picking up there. Oh, you get life from the Dead Sea.
You understand?
You have to pay to come, and when you come, the sorcery, people used to flock down to that church somewhere in Port of Spain.
Right.
And what going on with them?
I have a precept in the book of Isaiah 2:18. And the idols he shall utterly abolish.
That's right. He shall utterly abolish. The Most High comes to throw down all them idols. Krishna, Shiva, Lakshmi, Hanuman, Buddha, Jesus the Christ.
Yep, that.
Allah,
Shango, Osa,
Obatala.
yes, Ogun,
Legba.
Yeah.
You remember David Rhoda sing that song? Mr. Legba, open the gate. Mr. Legba, there's a demon, there's a spirit in the scripture. I can't remember how to find him now, but he's a demon in the spirit, in the scriptures. You understand?
Yep.
Where them? All them who tuning into their chakra, hit your hand so, and then hit your hand so, and then think so, and then rub it so, and then open the point, they done all the asses you see on social media.
You're watching too much on Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
burn out COVID from within. You understand? Wear them now. You understand? All of them still scared. Still, hey, watch where they believe in the mask, you know. I mean, we had to wear it because we had to wear them. But they believe in the mask, you know. They believe in their hand sanitizer, no? Hand sanitizer worse than fucking lotion right now. You understand? The amount of people going to die from heavy metal poisoning and all that shit. I tell you what, I had my full bottle of hand sanitizer there. They catch it once, I must pump now once or twice. And some spray say what? Read that. Glycerine in it. Fuck man. You want to angas you and make them give you away for free.
Oh, I
Read it, glycerine in it. Glycerine. Fuck fat. You understand?
It's for free again, not?
Yeah, Angostura came on Angostura, that was a big charity. Them don't do nothing that day. They can be charitable, but it's wickedness. They're wise to do evil, but to do good there's no knowledge. You understand? They have a movie I sent out about Connected. Now movie a documentary on Netflix, Connected. When they go into that documentary Connected, they show that, hey, the man say, I wonder where these bears come from, and they chase it back. This feeling fucking pork, the pork fat so rah. And that's where you get in gelatin to make gummies, gummy bears, Skittles, all them things. Pork fat.
And then you think Esau could find a next way.
Yeah.
He could get another way to get that same bushy feeling.
Yeah.
He could do that, but it's about
Gum.
setting up a stumbling block for the Israelites.
Gum was originally what? Gum was originally like how we have the myrrh and frankincense. That was what gum was originally, right? But he's so making it from all of manner of abominable things.
See? Because like lagli. There is true lagli.
Yeah.
From the tree, right?
Yeah. But he saw bringing Africa abominable things.
See, because he just want to make sure we remain from our precept. See, they come Habakkuk. Right, Habakkuk. The word Habakkuk means embrace. Habakkuk in the Hebrew. Habakkuk 2:15. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 15. What do you have, man? They are spirit.
Can't. Satan, prince of power, yeah.
You want to get cut.
Yeah.
This work doesn't, the anger ever.
Yeah, can't.
Yeah, anger. Again?
Real powerful works, you see all kind of antics.
Yeah.
Instead of them working noise, Apostle I'm not doing a video today, and Satan come and is noise, Apostle I'm not going to be shouting over that.
Yeah.
They're cutting some tree branches and must be mulching it or some shit.
Yeah.
So it kind of some
Noise. See?
Prince and power there.
That's it.
The opposition, Satan, opposition. Understand? They won't fight, we fighting against opposition. Right? See, hey, Boca Malone, opposition. Whole like, nigga like, no like, come out of nowhere again. You only see him. You only see him talking some shit there. Yes. But he bounced up on a Latino Jake in Cali, but not out of Great Millstone. Right? But Jake didn't have like he didn't have his swords prepared. Right? He was battling with words, right? Ella Managan was talking about him. So he came and defended Ella Managan defended with scriptures after he came across the video. He called it if you look at the pole light, Hebrew Israelite drive by. So like he roll up on a Ephraimite speaking now. But like he didn't have a sword or something like that. So just from what the elder said, Zakwan said, you know. But he came back, Zakwan came back and defended the same questions with scriptures. You understand? Nigga light was he was on the hustle. You understand? He on the hustle. And when they're not making money, what do you think they do? They turn to the Hebrew Israelites. They talk and they talk. Right? They back to the Hebrew Israelites and they charge for that. You understand? But you're not going to bribe your way into heaven. You understand? Yeah, you pay, hey. And those who pay them money, well, I don't know if people still going to pay them money to hear nonsense, to hear dead works. You understand? Because the words of the prophets coming to pass, and it's undeniable. Yeah. And at this stage, it's undeniable. You know? Scripture say why you spend your money for that which is not bread. You understand? This is the bread. Scripture, the Lord said what? Eat of my flesh and drink of my blood. Yeah, we winding down. We winding down to the spirit. But not winding down as into a whole, you know. We winding down in the prophecies. You know, we getting more how to say. I don't wanna say comfortable, but rooted. Like now one for a better word, we rooted because it's evident that you know this thing is true. It actually, Lord, I know we were seeing in the dark, having that eye salve, but now the light is overwhelming because the words coming to pass. I mean, it's plain. Everybody who denying it, it just being stubborn. Every opposition that denying it, just being stubborn.
Right. This book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and 15, it says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. Are ye so? What is that? The accuser, he put wickedness in front of you. And then when you see we partake in it, because the scripture says, righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduce them. When you see we partake in his wickedness that he presents to you, he take he witches and he warlocks and soothsayers and whatnot, and go to the Heavenly Father and say, Lord, look at your people. Look at them. You want them? You really want them? You really want them as a people? There's homosexuals. They're completely denying all the laws that you give. Every lawyer gives the break it, but he's held the opportunity to break it. And then going on telling the Lord we breaking all the laws. Like that devil.
He created the circumstance.
Done. And then you're going on talking shit. So for that, alright, the Heavenly Father sent you how to shine.
Lamentations chapter 2 verse 16. All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss, they gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up.
Yep.
Certainly, this is a day that we look for. We have found. We have seen it.
And that is what all these enemies, all the enemies of the Hebrews, does look for. Alright? To see the utter destruction of the Israelites. But the Heavenly Father, as I see, sent Yahweh our Lord. That's right. He sent him to be, alright, the Savior of the nation of Israel, to be our Savior, to be hope. We are hope in that man. We have faith in that man. Belief in that man that, hey, all the witchcraft and the sorcery this white man who work on me in this Western world. We look to that man and tell him and lie on the grace that the Heavenly Father gives through that man. The Heavenly Father will accept us again. And that thing these Edomites cannot conquer. They can't conquer that. Because you can win me through the laws every day. But through that faith in Yahweh, you can't win me. Alright? So that position that you want to see me in perpetually would never be. The position of lowness, the position of always begging, always being unfavored, always being on the bottom, which you desire to see us in perpetually. That is your mindset. You just want to see me there. Like these East Indians and them in Trinidad, them don't like to see a Jake and nothing in. Them hate to see you even buy a little car for yourself. By anything you have, them vex.
I got children, I don't like my neighbors and them. You have a child, you have a son?
Yeah.
No, they're fucking.
That's how it is. If you, even if to the point if you fall into someone else as so-called black man and you're building a house and you can't start decking instead of put a roof on top of that fucking house. Instead of putting a roof, you can't start fucking decking. You're going up. Why that is pissed them fucking. That does get them mad because them saying this man
rising up above me.
Rising up above me. Because when you watch all these things home, them does be upstairs and downstairs. A business downstairs and them upstairs living like you. So them looking at you trying to reach on them level. Envious. And that is these nations right around me. And they want to see you on the bottom, but through our shy and the sacrifice that he made, we have an opportunity now to rise, because if it was truly law, all Israel fail. We fail. From the time we born, we fail till the day we dead, we fail miserably. But Yahweh Shai give you that winning chance. Alright?
Look at Psalm chapter 32, verse 1 and 2. And it says, blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is a man in whom the Lord, Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, imputed not iniquity, and in whose spirit is there no guile.
Yeah, that is it, that is us, hopefully. But hey, if we hold on, our camera across the world, whoever watching this, brothers right here, right, if we just hold on to what the fuck we get, hold on tight. Because once we hold on to that, the Heavenly Father would ultimately have mercy on you and deliver you.
Hey, deceased, I had one dream with deceased brother, Yahweh, a fellow, and he said what? Align yourself. Align yourself, so hold on and align yourself. Understand?
Hold on. Keep your eyes on the past. The song that is playing.
This is Luke 12 and 32. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell that ye have and give alms. Provide yourself bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupted. It says, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Let your loins be girded about, and your lights burning, and ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh, and knock it, they may open unto him immediately. Yeah. Yeah. I heard some bigger brothers say, it's not what Indian brother, but what out in Houston. It's not what on you, but it's what in you. They come out here and have the best of garnet, best of flat trees. Swing, swing, push upon deck. But if it's not in you, without that guile, as the brother just read, and their heart is found no guile, who shall ascend in the kingdom of heaven? Psalm 24. And go straight, so you get that one. This ditch at a supplant, I tell you. This one? Yeah. Yeah. You know me. I know man. Yeah, I know you. You know me from St. I do work St. Joseph. Where does work? I say where you want. I want $10. Magic idea. Well, I was driving the two managers, so the manager said, "But you're good, boy." I said, "I see you from a mile away." I see you from a mile away. Chili spread, I see you from a mile away. I don't know fucking you. Yeah. And he's watching us this morning on our phone. There's nobody. He's talking to nobody. Just morning he saw. I meet him in front of Unit Trust. Yeah. So when I come down the road in front of Unit Trust in the van now, yeah. Right? He just put behind. Yeah. I was like, who is that? I don't know you. Yeah. But I had to stop right there. So I stopped now, he walk up to the van. I stopped, I watched him come on the van, I lean back in the van and I put over the glass. Then I just saying, I walk with all the boys, you walk with me? You walk with me? I walk with you. I walk with all the all about wine. I walk with all the St. Joseph. I said I walk St. Joseph. So when you don't walk, I say, what you want? Yeah, one time, so the boss of them said, but you're good, boy. But
Psalms 24, verse 3 and 4. And it says, who shall ascend into the hill of the Lord? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai.
The hill means what? Mountain, rulership. Right? This is what he like fighting for. To what? To have that scepter of iron to bash these heathens on the head. Right? Remember watching what was that documentary, boy? Good. How you go, boy? Where they had the fat leader Mike sitting down, and he had arthritis, rheumatoid, and he had the Jake baby, and his nasty. Goodbye, Uncle Tom. So what that? And the fat nasty leader Mike foot on Jake baby back, or Jake children back, to bash them crackers over their head. You understand? He still say, kings shall be thy nursing fathers and nursing mothers. You understand? Right?
Reading on. Or who shall stand in the holy place?
Who shall stand in the holy place? Separate. You're going to be separate. The scripture Revelation talk about the inner court and the outer court. The outer court is what? Is dogs. How you go find the outer court is what? Is dogs and yeah. Forward out is dogs and I forget what it is.
Book of Revelation chapter 22 and verse 14. It says, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter into the gates into the city. For without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
Whosoever loveth and maketh a lie, as he saw. You love it and make it a lie. Cover the faces of the judges thereof. All the angels leprous, the Lord leprous, the blue eyes. That is a sign of the deficiency. Right? The Lord only love. The Lord only love what all you fucking need. And hate. We will never forget 9/11. We will never forget.
But forget slavery.
Right? But forget slavery. You know, the other day they brought out the thing on the doctor responsible for modern gynecology. I can't remember his name right now. Yeah, but and that was just the other day when the information come out, and Esau was mad. What do you expect him to do? What do you expect him to do? They had slaves. he had to experiment on the slaves. He had to experiment on Jake girls, young virgin Jake girls. He had slaves, so experiment on them. So what do you expect us to do? The Lord said, there's a righteous thing with the Most High to render unto them a recompense.
Sure.
To recompense them that will trouble you. So what do you expect us to do? Yeah, you forget them?
Nah, that was so. He that had a clean hands and a pure heart, who had not lifted up his soul unto vanity, nor sworn deceitfully.
Yeah.
That's what we do right now. Cleaning your hands and purifying your minds. Right? Clean good and you know, cleaning your hands and purifying your minds. Now we can stand before the Lord and the Apostle Paul said boldness. Boldness, you know what that means?
Confident.
Yo, I was doing what I was supposed to do.
So you can say what the righteous are as bold as a lion.
That's right.
Right? He that he fled, no man can slay him. But the righteous are as bold as a lion.
Yeah.
Confident.
Yeah.
Right. We right.
Right.
We right. Even though we right, mommy, big mama, your wife, them know that we right. Two-thirds niggas they know that you're right. Christians, they don't know the church and the Nazarene. If the pastor also come out and we're cutting the hell out of him, he ain't know that we right. We right. We the righteous are as bold as a lion. We right. The prime minister, you know that we right. You are Jake, and you take it after the counsels of the wicked. The scripture that was 24. What's the scripture that say that? I think it's Psalms 1. Yeah, Psalms 1. Psalms 1. I'm starting to run back to the shop.
Alright, this book of Psalms chapter 1 verse 1. And it says, blessed is a man that walketh
not in the counsel. Go ahead.
That walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, or standeth in the way of sinners.
So what's the counsel of the ungodly? He eaten off on the table of the elites. Right? And set the precedent for Jake in the country. Right? For example, because he said he is going to be the strong leader for African males. We're not no fucking Africans. We're not Africans. We are the children of Israel. And we are underneath a spiritual curse. All people are cursed. It's a sick fuck. I growing up and long time I heard, hey, black people curse.
Yeah.
But then I come into the truth. Yeah. And black people are cursed. Yeah. So-called black people. I will call them so-called black people for now because what? Black is void of light. Until they come into this knowledge and come on this side of the fence, have your spiritual fringes on, because the scripture says, rend not, doesn't want Joel 2 or Joel 3, rend not your heart but your garment. So it means a tear. Rend means to tear. It's not render. It's not give up. It's not render. It's a whole different word. Christians like to say render your heart. And it's not render. Baptists like to say it's not render. It's render means to tear. Because the Lord about humbling you. He said, well, he's going to abase the proud and exalt the humble or the lowly. You understand? The scripture says, you can't come to the Father unless what you empty the cup. You know? The Lord had to refill the cup. And then how you're dealing with your trials and tribulations too. Because if you're not humble, when the trials and tribulations come, then you get puffed up, you get proud, then you become rebellious and you become a reprobate. Like the example of the two Malak. Malak Shah and Malak Ba. That was last month. You know? Malak Ba was our next brother that got kicked out. But he went out there and continued to do the work. And continue to have faith, and the Lord build him, and he have a camp, and he's out there doing the work and still following after the apostles' doctrine. Malak Shah, when he started to get his tribulation, he rebelled, he was puffed up, right? Then demons take hold of him, started to tattoo up his hands. That's why I got nothing. No, he thinks no, I'm a rock star. He gone.
Wow.
He's a rock star. He's a rock star now.
Wow. So every time I look up on YouTube, when I was not
yeah, you used to see all the
videos,
breakdowns.
There's videos after videos like
he was on fire.
He was on fire?
Yeah.
And see, not sincerely.
Yeah.
Not sincerely. That is why, Father, Because if you're sincere, the Father will never do them things.
No boy, you don't have mercy on your boy.
Can't.
They can make mistakes.
Exactly.
The righteous man fall 7 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. That was the scripture, brother, just read it. There was found no guile. Get that malicious, that evil maliciousness in their heart. Wisdom entered not into a malicious soul. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. Yeah. You understand? So the Most High exalt him to throw him down, to be an example, to instill the fear. But when in the scriptures talk about certain like the man who pick up sticks on the Sabbath day, right? That brought fear into Israel. He get put to death for picking up sticks on the Sabbath day, boy. Yeah, so that you don't do it, not respect Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Reverence the Lord, boy. Reverence Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Today's the day of atonement. This son down here brought in the day of atonement. We rehearsing the righteous acts. Israel want to hear about that. No food, no water in one day. No. You're dead, boy. You're dead. Hey, I was telling Marcus today. A couple of years, I told him, but that's not already. A couple of years back, my blood brother, I pitched the truth to him. Right? I pitched the truth to him. And it was on Mother's Day. Or the eve of Mother's Day, so called. So what do you do for Mother's Day, boy? I just celebrate that. It's a fake thing, not a man-made thing. That was made up. That's pagan worship. That going to evil pagan worship. Boy, you mad, boy! That's your mother, boy! That's your mother, boy! That was his response. Right? He got into an accident. And his mother got a dream about him, well, I guess it was him in the dream, serving the Lord or something like that. He got in the accident. I came to the hospital, whatever. It was a vehicle accident. I came to the hospital and thinking, say the one thing, I'm bringing back home. And she was telling me the dream. And I don't know what happened, but in my innocence, or in my naivety, I said, well, that dream is me. Who tell that woman that? Why my son, I believe in my son, I'm a thing. So my mother boy, then your mother boy, and my son boy. His mother get COVID. His mother get COVID. And his mother is one of the greatest prayer warriors. Huh. Oh, you said Wednesday night what? Wednesday night healing. And they're on TV and all this kind of thing. So let's see if they are saved, they would save that. Because you already crying. Oh gosh, it's hard, boy. Take. You're not quarantine, you can't leave the house. You understand? They take her, you can't leave the house. You understand? So let's see. Let's see if those who worship Mother's Day, Father's Day, Valentine, Jesus Christ, Christmas, birthdays. Let's see the greatest prayer warriors and God give you a talent that they can sing and they can play drums and they can do all these different things. They can play, you just sit down behind the drums and you just sort of flow and the rhythm was in here. Let's see. The deceiver our mind. But they that worship Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, must worship Him in what? Spirit and in what? Truth. You understand?
Sure. That we said before. Jeremiah 2:28 says, but where are thy gods that thou hast made thee? Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble.
Woo! No, and this is the time of Jacob's trouble. Does it begin any time? I mean, because these people didn't know it. They're running up and down here, you know. Next 2 days, next day, they just might hear lockdown, groceries, everything hard lockdown this time. That's the trend. Yeah, it might be a hard lockdown for 14 days. You understand? But that's the whole plan. Should the country up with fear? Should the world up with fear? Because this is not isolated to Trinidad only. Should the world up with fear, right? And harness that energy, lock them down and then come and get them a vaccine and get them that mark, the chip. You understand? What?
It says, if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble, for according to the number of thy cities are thy gods in Judah.
Yeah. Everything. You worship the woman. You worship you worship your car. You worship gold. When I showed my son my video, I did a video of it. But it was on the crime situation. The murder rate. The murder. The Jamaicans who did it, we call it murder. M-U-R-D-A. Murder. What is the similarities between murder in Jamaica and Trinidad, and then basically he lined up 13 countries that what the main thing they say is poverty does bring crime. So he lined up 13 of the poorest countries in the world and 13 of the countries the highest murder rate. Trinidad and Jamaica being in it. And plenty of the South American countries, but plenty of the Caribbean countries, right, where Jake dwell, more or less where Jake dwell, right, and had some South American countries in it too, right, and through the spirit you can obviously see the Jake is the similarity, and the curse, so that's what I brought out, I extrapolated, but what he was saying in the video, I just want to know before I proceed, right, because he said he don't do much as he know about Trinidad as much as he read, he want to know what it is with Trinidad, there's them big ass gold chain down to the ankle. Because you see like Swanee and well, you know the team and all them here, you know the team of them. You understand?
And Rebel 6 and
all them idiots. All them idiots. All that is idols. Yep. Look at them, you want to grow up to what, own gold chains, old gold rings, drive land Range Rovers, all these different things. We just want to get the fuck up out of here. This is John 8 to the 8 and to the 2. St. John 8 and to the 2. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Yeah? We know the truth, and we're free. We are free. Our minds. That's our imprisonment to them. Yeah. You don't feel that you achieve something in life unless you have a gold chain on. You know? Debo. The big nigga bully gonna come and take a chain. You understand? You understand? Jake just want that chain, and that chain going back to what? Them yokes of iron that they had around your neck too. It's spiritual. It's spiritual. You saw how that chain around here. You have your own fucking color and leash. You understand? Go ahead.
John 8:36. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed.
Yeah. And that goes to that's why all praise and all honor and all glory go to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Harakah. Because going back to Malak Shah and Malak Ba and ITR, Mark 10, Element, all them men, all they didn't give in honor to honor is due. Yahweh Shai give it this knowledge, and he didn't give it this knowledge to puff you up. He give it this knowledge. If it well, how do you go? Rejoice in that you shared. Look, oh God.
I would put a ring this that I will have been Heavenly Father.
Right, yeah, can't. That one. Yeah. You know? You're not rejoicing at the end that the spirit is subject to you. You're rejoicing at the end where you will have the Abashim and Shai. Right? And then I think it's Timothy. I did a video on Timothy. I think it's 2 Timothy 4, you know. Know whom thou art assured of this knowledge. You understand? Go ahead, bring it up. Huh? Go ahead, bring it up. You got the precept?
What's going on?
You want to
hear no quoting something?
Nah, I will get out.
Yeah, Jeremiah 9:23 it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might, let not the rich man glory in his riches, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am Yahweh, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things glory and the knowledge of the Lord. This is supposed to be a pride and a joy to stand up in the fucking line, a duty for Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. That's supposed to be, that's supposed to be everything. No, this world, fuck this world, man. Fuck this world, man. This world has nothing on it, man. It's fucking oppression, man. You can't even enjoy your young brother, I'm going into that. You can't even enjoy your children, man. Your bird, you can't even enjoy your bird, so your own woman, you can't even, you know, because she's full of fucking demons. You can't even enjoy your kids. You understand? Because you had to work whole day and come home. And then the time the children are tired, they can't play with them. Come now, boy. This is our life, boy.
My son study saying, Daddy, I'm missing you. Daddy, I'm missing you. He see him now,
yeah.
But I'm not there with him. Where you are?
I bring on this piece of this 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 6. For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool. So the Apostle Paul said, he said he will not be a fool. And that linking up with that scripture too, because the only thing a man could even try and say by the man, he a little confident in. The only thing a man could try and be a little confident in is that what? You know the will of the heaven for a real thought. It go on to say, for I will say the truth. But now I forbear, lest any man should think of me above that which he seeth me to be, or that he heareth of me. Because the will of the Heavenly Father is only thing that matters. You have family, you have job, you have house, and they are not attending unto the will of the Heavenly Father. Right? A so-called family man going to work, being a so-called good husband and a good father, at the end of the day, his deeds is empty. His deeds is empty because you know what? What he doing to satisfy the Creator, what he doing to bring about clean air, a better way of life, a better future for his children and his descendants to come. Not one thing. All he doing is going to work, coming home and serving the flesh, which is ultimately that. You know? So when you look into it and you see by wait now, it's no big deal to give up all these things. Because you have better coming. We reward the men and the women when the big gold chains belong to the ground. Them gold chains have no righteousness in it. You have a shy garment when somebody touch it. And you say get healed. God. So the vibration behind things is not life. The vibration behind things at this earth is not life.
Greed, covetousness, lust is negative, is left. But I went through that. Spirits of the Galatians 5 is the corruption of the flesh, and what the fruits of the spirit, meekness, love.
I didn't read the fruits of the spirit yet, but
go ahead, you can go ahead.
Read it?
Yeah, just before you get that, let me get this.
Yeah.
It says Galatians 3 and 14. Sorry, 2 Timothy 3 and 14. It says, but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and has been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. You have a shine, man. Not yourself. Not like how Element was trying to push himself up among that strictly violates what the Lord saying. Sorok, I say what when they come in the presence of the elders, go sit behind a seat, right? It's better that you wait until you get called up. They can put you back down. And guess what? This Lord put him back down. When you out here, what last thing he was what grumpy knuckles. He was a scoffer and a mucker, and then he was grumpy knuckles, a bugged out, weed smoking rasta. You understand? He was the next one that was sharp in his spirit. You know, because it was what? It was New York, and then it was Dallas. He was above well, he could be apostle too. Through his spirit. He sent away. Yashawamba.
Oh yeah, he was the first, I think he started with the Dallas camp.
Yeah, he was above Yashawamba.
Yashawamba, I say he was always just humble and laid back.
Yeah.
Not talking much, just soaking in everything.
Yeah.
Humility is the best way to go in the shoot. That's the best avenue to take. Just be humble. If you get reproof, you take it. You try to repeat any negative thoughts that come in your head at all times, and you just not low. You can't get cast down if you're low.
And if I may say about Kusha, the Galatians, right? If you, when the brother reading it today, all the fruits of the spirit, nothing had was to do with vanity. None in the fruits of the spirit that the Heavenly Father lists had anything to do with vanity.
This is book of Galatians 5 and 18. But if you be led of the Spirit, you are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, and as I have told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness. There is no law.
And the content is much more. If you count it out, see how much is the fruit of the flesh and how much is the fruit of the spirit. It's much more fruits of the flesh to be in the spirit than to be in the flesh.
17 in the flesh.
17 in the flesh.
9 in the spirit.
9 in the spirit. Easier.
A lot less.
A lot less. Yeah, so 9 and 1 is 10 and what? 7? Yeah. So that's 8. 8 more demons. That's what scripture say. When you clean the house, 1 leave and bring back 7 other. 8 more demons. Done. You understand? See? Yeah, that's the spirit.
Spirit,
You understand? All you have to do is have 9 peaceful, righteous spirits in you dwelling. 9 vibrations. When they come around is what? Meekness. When they come around is what? This is why I exhibit it. When I come around, I exhibit love. Joy. I exhibit joy.
Peace.
Hey, shalom, peace, blessing.
Long suffering.
Yeah. Our brother, hey, the brothers, the scripture say if our brother asks you to go a mile, go 2. We suffering, waiting both for the kingdom to come.
That's right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Because what? We're long suffering. Our brother might transgress here. That spirit might be on him. But your brother too. Why Yahweh always used to say that? Hey, his brothers were. And I can't either. What he used to say is look at in the situation where you brush shoulders, or in the situation when he would have blessed. You know? He might have do something charitable to you. It's like, just tell you that boy is my brother, boy. Calm, you always have that calm and that gentle spirit. You understand? You know, the most high take away the men who are the understanding like that, you know. The most high spared them from the day of judgment, you know. Them coming back with Yahweh Shai first, you know. The Lord say, you know. The dead in Yahweh Shai, hey, what you say? What you not about them that are asleep? No. Dead in Yahweh Shai arise first. Them coming back with the Lord, them have the understanding on a lock, boy. Some of them brothers are fast. Not some of them brothers are fast. That was in this truth. The Lord take them away from the judgment now about to happen, boy. Go ahead. Yeah, these spirits. Yeah, the things that we gonna accept.
Faith. Meekness.
Faith is what? Fidelity. The Lord give us a faith. The faith is to do the work. The faith is to do the work. He said, when I come, am I going to find faith in the land? The word faith goes back into what? Trustworthy. Or faithful means to be trustworthy. The Lord give us a commission. That is Matthew 10. You know, Matthew 10 and start at verse 5. Okay, finish it off.
Faith, meekness, temperance.
Meekness, temperance, and Matthew 5. Still trying to get your balance. Hey, the scripture says, my son, prove thyself. The word prove goes into test. That's Sirach 37:27. Prove thyself in your life and see what is evil for it and see that thou doest not. Right? So if you know that you're carnal, you're feeding them demons. If you know that you're feeding them demons. If you know that you're feeding them demons. Right? If you know that you're feeding them demons, 95% of the week. and then you're not feeling the spirit, right? What's going to happen? You're going to be uplifted. You understand? Yeah. You understand? What?
Right, this is Matthew 10 and 5.
What?
These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles.
Go not into the way of the Gentiles. This is the commandment. He commanded them, saying, right? Go ahead. Right, continue.
Reading on. And as he go, preach saying, the
As
kingdom.
he go do what?
Preach saying,
Preach.
the kingdom.
So the Lord gave us a commandment to go and preach. Right? He come back. When I come, am I going to find faith on the earth? Then blocks. Set the Israel right.
Right.
Go ahead. Give them warning from him. Wash your hands and cleanse your hands of the blood. Go ahead.
Preach saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, rise the dead, cast out devils. Freely you have received, freely give.
Hey, this is so spiritual because when you examine these things spiritually, we healing the sick. Sacrifice. You know? Cutting off mortifying the flesh. You have a lust, cut it off. You have a craving, cut it off. Whatever it is, stand in opposition between you and the serving in Lord, between you and the Christian knowledge and understanding. Come on, cut it off. Prove thyself in your life and see what is not good for it and do it not. You understand? But preach. Go ahead.
You done? You done that?
Yeah. No,
Keep that which is committed to thy trust. Jesus' word. The Apostle Paul gave Timothy, entrusted him with the word to go there and teach others. So as the Lord entrusted us with his word to go there and teach others as well. Keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings, oppositions of science falsely so called. But then you have to keep that which was committed. What we could do with the scriptures is what people desire for generations to do. We could go from beginning of time, straight to the end of time. Coming now and what and it happened. This is the kind of power. Fuck our house and fuck that. We have greater riches than fuck $3 billion in the bank. Like nothing. Like all that shit. Like nothing like. Because when they open the mouth and we start to talk, people go. You rather humble yourself and listen.
That's right.
that was what it is.
verse 36 and 20.
Before I charge thee therefore before Yahweh and the Lord Yahushai Amashiach, who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and his kingdom. The time will
Go ahead.
For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. And that is them who fallen after vocab Malone. That is them who fallen after the Pope who they're supposed to be establishing the righteousness of Yahweh and Yahushua. Yet still nobody is supporting them, nobody is giving them love, nobody is providing nothing for them. The Lord said, when you find these abominations, you're supposed to work for them to death. That's what the Lord said. It was abominations. There's a man who changed. I don't even know what she changed. I don't already know what she do.
Just do it.
She just do it. To be with a woman.
That's good. Just do it.
You know, it's abomination, it's confusion. It says, and the church, they condone that. 2 Timothy 4 and 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an
ministries, the servant, make full proof of it, meaning what that extra mind do is necessary for the Heavenly Father, sing for how shall I say, because we don't have, it's clear to see we don't have long again in this thing. We don't have long again. Yeah, it's something long. We don't have long again. Straight with constant
pattern.
Teacher, yeah, too much is the gain time. Then we need to gain to them, and they're trying to calm down on it. We don't have long again. You had to exalt the name of the Lord more now. Because I would have did it in Jericho. Well, the march around the wall for 6 days once, and on the 7th day the march around the wall 7 times. Final sleep.
Can't.
I want to do that.
And the 7th time, give that great show.
They get a great show.
And what Rehab, is Rehab her name was? Rehab,
Yeah.
You have heard that the God of the Israelites, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, have delivered these things into your hand, and the city of Jericho was the next city that he come for. You understand? So he made his name renowned. He delivered them out of the hands of the Egyptians, right? And it was coming through, and they went into what? They went to Jericho, and they went and they were slaying all these Canaanite kingdoms. Thessalonians, second course, and be glorified even as it is with you, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith. Book of Malone. But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. So we've been strengthened by Yahweh Shai. We've been edified, right? We get any knowledge, we get the understanding from Yahweh Shai. Know whom thou hast given whom. So like that, just read it here. This is 2 Timothy 3 and 14. And has been assured of knowing of whom thou hast learned them. That is I was quoting it, so let me just read it. John chapter 3 verse 27. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven. Right? So who in heaven? Yahweh Shai. He at the right hand side of the Father. This is so okay, you go ahead.
Right? This is Matthew chapter 3, right? And verse 10, because many men desire to sup with me. And he going on getting ready to reward, because at the end of the but I was saying, he getting ready to reward them as still stiffly for the name of the Lord, and fight against all the things of the flesh also. And the men of them who mortify the flesh, the men of them is not no regular men. The more and more the Heavenly Father reveal things humbly unto me, is the more you will understand that for a man to be that is not a normal thing. And this is what the Heavenly Father is going to do here. And the Most High making manifest them that have good fruits and them that have bad fruits. Matthew chapter 3 verse 10. And now also the axe is laid to the root of the tree. The creatures and them outside here, they're not going to be able to withstand. They're going to tap out. But the men and them who truly serve in the Lord, our fruit, which is spiritual fruit, going and enable us to dwell with the angels of the Heavenly Father and in the secret place of the Most High. You know, whoever allotted this to the martyrs and go through the torment, that will be the Most High will be sunken in the word. When your spirit gets sink deep into the spiritual realm, the things of the flesh, there's just be but a sting. Even if there was security to the point of depth, Scripture says, "Oh, that way is thy sting." It's not just so we outside here doing the will of the Heavenly Father. It's by the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua. And that is where we lean on.
Yes. Fearless chaos of logic and thing.
Fight or flight.
Yeah.
As in response, fight or flight.
Fight or flight. Yeah.
So if you get the fear and fight, you get the fear and flight.
Supposed to roll up on me century, decades now and fucking shoot and thing because we talking about them thing now. Because we fear the Lord and we know He more powerful than Esau. That can't solve that logic. That can't solve that logical thought that we had in our mind. But fear does make a man.
A mother will lift a cow for her baby.
Right.
Fear, adrenaline, all different things. The Lord will be like, pump them chemicals in your body and you will get that strength and lift that cow for that baby. You understand?
Okay, the one unhappy day baby, you fear that some bad happen to their baby. Right? Fear, I was pondering on that the other day. Fear and faith does defy logic. The logic don't have no part in that.
Defy the laws of physics.
Let's defy the law. These police and them could easily roll up on it. Because we are fearing the Lord and faith in the Lord to come out. Understand? And now we outside here now. Hey, the Heavenly Father, He have we back. He have we back strong.
That's right.
Faith made Peter walk on water. It's faith.
Until he fear.
Up until he feared the flesh. He didn't keep the fear of the Lord in him. No. But he did step on faith first. And he defied logic because logically you not walking on faith.
Well, who gets it?
Yeah.
So, hey, we are anything. Don't say easy, but just the thing. You know? Easy one. We have we boy. We have we back. We'll bring it back again. It's free. But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. So we've been this work here because we fear first. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Because we fear the Lord, we get into the work. And when we start to work and we start to think, we start to research and start to look at it for our own selves. It started to be made what? Start to release, start to bring some of the prophecies to pass. And then we started rejoicing because, yo, this is what we fighting for, boy. This is what we fighting for, boy. Total lockdown. What Salaman Army and Atlanta is a movie. We part of the actors in the movie. It's a movie. You know, it's the Lord's movie. Lebanon, it had things I'm going to miss. You know, it had so much things. Real things. You know?
George Floyd, now they shoot the next one back.
Jacob Blake, 7 times. Completion. Kobe Bryant, yeah.
Helicopter crash.
That was predicted in Simpson.
Chariots showing themselves like that now. Daylight now they show.
Yeah.
Fleet in the sky now.
I like to see something.
Lord coming back, and Lord coming back. how to deal with it because the Israelites wake up now.
Can't.
We ain't going back and sleep. You can't do nothing to put me back to sleep. No. You could try what you want. We up.
Can't.
And we coming for that throne. Well, now we, Lord coming for that throne. Yahweh Shai coming for. And then he coming back. Despite you don't believe Yahweh Shai coming back, that man coming back, he coming back to them skies, right? He up there. Up there right now. And you know.
That's right.
He said, I see the Lord and I see Yahweh Shai standing on the right hand. He said he see it. So we know he there and he coming back.
It says Acts chapter 7 and verse 52. A matter of fact 53. Who have received the law and by the disposition of the angels, and having not kept it. When they heard these things, the Spirit looked up steadfastly into heaven and saw the glory of Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai standing on the right hand of Yahweh, and said, Behold, I see the heaven open, and the Son of Man standing on the right hand, and ran upon him with one accord. So in other words, there was niggas. He was told, he come and give all of the testimony. Yahweh Shai, the Savior, who was prophesied of. He was prophesied of in Isaiah 11:30. I think that's what it is. Right there, yeah, I think it's Isaiah 11:30. Let me see if I can get it real quick. When they talk about prophesied, coming of Yahweh Shai. So like, yeah, okay. I'll get it. Go ahead, bring up your back. Call Stephen get testimony of Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
It's the book of John chapter 3 verse 33. And set to his seal.
Set to his what?
Had set to his seal.
So if Stephen is here, Stephen's seal.
Stephen here, can.
Yeah? I see no. Yeah, 11:10. Yeah, he said to his seal that what?
That Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai is true.
Truth. So you receive the testimony, and who be out here giving the testimony? Yeah, you can go ahead after.
Yeah. Isaiah 11. Glorious. You see that?
Right.
Shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
Right, so going back to verse 10, it said the scepter shall rise up out of who? Is that Jesse?
Verse 10 it says, and in that
one, say what? He what? This is the book of the generations of Abraham and who? And David. Genealogy. Right? So he was prophesied to come. This is Isaiah 53 and verse 1. Who had when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men, and a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. And what the scripture saying, Sirach, when the rich man speak, they exalted to the cloud and see what and look and say what look at what he has to say. But when the poor man speaketh, right? Yeah. they don't want to hear when the poor man speak. They say, what manner of fellow is this? Right? And if he slip, they can't help, they will help overthrow him. You understand? So when Stephen get the testimony of Yahushai, they was like, who's Yahushai? He's not coming, he's not a preacher, he wasn't up in his schools. Who's Yahushai? You understand? They didn't accept his testimony. Right? They say, hey, you trying to let this man blood. They slay the prophets. And they're going to try to slay the prophets. Hey, fucking Boca Malone, boy, trying to slay the prophets again. You understand? But the Lord will rise up. He will rise up his standard against all the boy. The scripture says, the day thy power, every man, jack will be willing, boy. All flesh will be willing, boy. Well, they know all they're messing with, boy. You have a bashing now, shy true power, boy. No thunder cat you're dealing with here, no. There's no thunder cat. I have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star. Yeah? Yahushai is who we're dealing with, boy. Yeah, Yahushai coming back, boy.
That's right.
Yeah, keep on just keeping on.
Yeah, man, hold on. Go and get
Yahushai, right? We had the knowledge. Keep the works. Run the race and finish it.
Yeah, you can develop in that forest there, man. That's
oh, the Lord has sent you out. Use your scope, So with that, we give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Barak, Layala.